So I bought this book a couple of years ago, but I only recently picked it up as it was the last thing standing on the shelf, and I'm like, I gotta read it now. There's no excuses, and I was actually craving for a good book. And once I started reading it, I couldn't stop. So I went page to page in a couple of days. Pretty easy to digest, applicable, and most importantly, I find that it was really, really relevant to what I was going through or am going through right now. The name of the book is Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. And I kind of written down some of the practical daily questions that you can ask yourself without going through the book. Essentially, it's compressed into a few bullet points that you can ask yourself without going through the book, even though I highly recommend to do so if you have a bit of time and you're looking for a new book. Really easy, there's no fluff, it's straight to the point, but at the same time, it will ask you to go deep on some of the things in your life. And that's what I like about it. It does cause a bit of friction, and it calls you up on some of the bullshit. But that's essentially what you need. Also, if I had to reduce the entire book to 10 rules. So these are the 10 things that I ask myself daily based on this book. So here we go. Number 1, what am I avoiding that I need to face? Okay. Number 2, what am I willing to experience today? Number 3, what action would the person I want to become take right now? Number 4, where am I waiting for certainty? Number 5, what excuses am I currently hiding behind? Number 6, what can I control in this situation? And the last one, what promise to myself needs to be kept today? These are powerful questions. So they are to be practiced daily. You don't have to go through all of them. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But pick one every day and go through it and really, really go through it, right? So this requires your internal work, or it's a homework that you do with yourself. You don't need a dancing partner. You are the dancing partner in this case. But you can't lie to yourself. You can't bullshit yourself. And that's the easiest thing to do. Great book, Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. If I had to reduce this or compress this entire book to 10 rules or 10 questions, I should say, this is what they would be. Let's go through them together. Number 1, stop waiting to feel ready. Ain't this a thing? It happened to me, still happens. I'm calling myself on the bullshit a lot more now these days. It happens to a lot of my inquiries in my line of work. I'm a personal trainer. They come really, really hot. I'm pre-diabetic. I put on the 10 kilos. And then it's like, but. If not now, when? Number 2, accept discomfort as part of the growth. Hey, some of the stuff, walking in the gym for the first time, it might feel like you're walking on the stage naked. You don't know what you're doing. You feel like everyone's looking at you. But you need to remember, everyone's on their own personal journey. And quite frankly, the world doesn't give a fuck. And it's not a bad thing. So accept the discomfort, whatever the bullshit is that you either feel or you lie to yourself, and go straight to the point. Straight down the barrel. Number 3, trust your ability to adapt. Us humans are really resilient. And we don't often give ourselves enough credit. We are really, really adaptable. So stop lying to yourself and just adapt to whatever it is. Number 4, oh my God, this one, it's gonna call out a lot of people. Act despite fear. People suffer more imagination than they do in reality. And imaginary fear is exactly that. We convince ourselves a lot of things. You think you're gonna die walking through the doors. The next thing you know, you walk through, there's no red carpet, there's no rose petals, but at the same time, there's no danger. So it's all in your head. Number 5, embrace uncertainty. So there's no guarantee. Everything has a dose of uncertainty attached to it. All right. You want to go get a beautiful Thai food, but at the same time, you don't want to end up with the food poisoning. We all had a dodgy meal, but at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 times you'll be fine. So there's a bit of uncertainty in everything that we do, regardless what the stakes are. But you have to eventually let go of the handbrake and you have to start moving forward in life. All right. Number 6, don't believe everything you think. I don't know about you, but for me specifically, I create stories in my own head. I mean, not Tarantino can come up with this shit. Most of the stuff is, like I said already, it's bullshit. So don't believe everything you think. You are not your thoughts, you are your actions. So if you tell yourself that you can't and then you follow it through, it doesn't make a difference. But in other words, if you tell yourself you will do it and then you don't do jack shit about it, that it's not going to get you anywhere. And that's what I'm talking about. So don't believe everything you think. Be more about your action than your thoughts. I don't care if you're scared. Scare is a rational thing, but if it's followed by action and you follow through, it's fine. Number 7, let actions define you. Right? Exactly that. So whatever it is, whatever anyone says about you, your failure, your this and that, but if the action is what follows after everything, and you still keep going forward, and you pulling triggers, and you following through with the actions, that's essentially what's going to define you, right? Number 8, be consistent when motivation disappears. We all been at the end of this shtick, I should say it. You listen to inspirational music, you think you're going to go do it, you're going to tackle the world, and then you don't. You just continue browsing. Or you listen or you read some inspirational quote, you get amped up, and then you just continue sitting. All right? So you have to be consistent when motivation disappears. I cherish the days where I get up and I'm really, really motivated, but guess what? 7 days, I'll probably feel motivated 2 days, if I was to be brutally honest. And that's on a good week. So most of the stuff has to be followed by consistency, because motivation kind of lingers. Number 9, accept reality as it is. We don't need to be delusional and say everything is great. But at the same time, if you believe that everyone else is having a better life than you, then that's on you as well. In my 43 years of life, I was also fooled by projection of other people's day-to-day life, where I believe they're living in this fantasy, and then my life needs a manual. Then you get to meet them, or you know someone that knows them, and then you realize they are literally, bandaged all together, and they're holding it together by the thread. We have to accept the reality as it is. Most of the stuff, it's not perfect. It will never be perfect, but it needs to be good enough. And guess what? If you're alive, you're doing good enough. Number 10, take complete ownership of your life, right? So a lot of people will use excuses. My parents were alcoholics, they were drug addicts. I know a lot of people that their parents were rich, they were supportive, and they turned out to be losers. And then I know kids, they never met their parents, they were adopted, and they now employed hundreds of other people. And most importantly, they're happy. I shouldn't just say they're employing people. That's not a metric of success. But they are really, really happy in their life. So take complete ownership of your life. There's only so many excuses that you can use until it comes down to you. I personally don't like to be surrounded by people that use excuses. My partner calls me up on my bullshit. At the end of the day, you need to take ownership of your life. So there you go, guys. That's the 10 rules that I would compress this whole book into, but I highly recommend you read it. However, this is more than enough to give you actionable rules to live by and improve your life and get a better outcome. There you go, guys. Have a lovely day.